Hello guys, I hope you all are doing really well. So this video is for those students who are writing their group 1 exams in September 25. Either you are writing in September 25 for the very first time, or probably you had written exams in May and for some reason maybe the exams did not go so well and you think you'll have to redo them in September. So this video is for you all. Now see, they say that mistakes are our best teachers because they not only tell us what went wrong, they also show us very clearly how we can get it right the next time. Now this is one thing I always tell you all, that don't wait for yourself to commit a mistake, learn from the mistakes of others. And that's what I'm doing now for you, telling you what exactly went wrong for most of the students in the May exams. See, I've been talking to a lot of them over the last few days, especially after the tax exam got over. And there are some realizations which I've had, which I want to pass on to you all so that you don't end up repeating the same thing in September, so that your September exams are as successful as you want them to be. See, this video might be slightly lengthy, but I hope you have the patience to listen till the very end, because I know it hurts a lot when you have to keep seeing the same books over and over again. Alright, and I think I do have the sort of qualification required to talk to you about what I'm talking to you right now, because number one, I've been seeing students learning methodology change over time. I've been teaching since 9 years now, and also I myself have completed all my levels of CA and CS at the very first attempt. So I can clearly tell you what will work and what will definitely not work. Let's talk about law and DT. I'll talk to you only about these two papers because these are the areas of my expertise. Let's talk about law first. What exactly went wrong in May? See, in law, the whole focus of students is on ABC analysis just because ABC analysis worked in some attempts. Students who studied management and administration and share capital chapter, like as if the law paper is going to revolve only around these two chapters, they suffered. And they did that because most of the ABC analysis puts these two chapters in category A. See, I'm not saying they are not important, but what I'm saying is your law question paper is not going to be equal to share capital and management and administration. Students who studied on the basis of ABC analysis is on the basis of past trends. Selected questions on the basis of past trends. Selective study strategies on the basis of past trends. None of this worked in May 25 because ICAI does not work on the basis of past trends and probabilities clearly. See, there are 6 chapters which I've been telling you over and over again to do really well. Since the time I've started making strategy videos since 2017 or 18 if I remember correctly. Since then I've been saying something very consistently, and that is deposits, charges, dividend and companies incorporated outside India, these 4 chapters for 20 marks. FEMA and GC Act, these 2 chapters for 20 marks, total 40 marks. These 6 chapters will not even cover 50% of your syllabus, but from these 6 chapters there was 55 marks in your question paper. In the old syllabus, when when FEMA and all was not there, I used to tell students to focus on other laws along with deposits, charges and dividend. This strategy has never failed. This strategy has worked every single time, no matter how the question paper has been. And no, I'm not taking any credit over here. I'm not saying, oh, I predicted and see these chapters came for 55 marks. I'm not saying that because it is not on the basis of my prediction. It is exactly what ICAI has said in its section-wise weightage on ICAI's website. Are you understanding? So, see, when it comes to law, ABC analysis may work in some attempts. Selective study strategies may sail your boat in some attempts, in some exams, but not every time, will not work every time. This was the first biggest mistake. The second mistake of students, now this is something which I've been, which I've been hearing from a lot of students, and I'm so glad to see that this realization is slowly coming to the students: over-reliance on marathons. See, marathons are supposed to aid your preparation. But you cannot say preparation is equal to watching marathons. No, it will only give you superficial confidence that okay, I'm done with the chapter. But actually you've not completed it well. Over-reliance on marathons, second mistake. Third mistake, studying from oversimplified books, where language is very simple language. This is your third biggest mistake, studying from oversimplified books where the language is not as per ICAI language, where a lot of content is skipped. Then comes to the fourth mistake, no writing practice. Okay, fine, did the whole law paper really well, prepared really well, but students don't know how to write. Sitting and thinking in in the examination hall, how do I frame my answer? Because students have not even done any writing practice before the exam. These are the four biggest mistakes, four most common mistakes when it comes to law. Let's shift our focus on DT now. What went wrong in DT? See, to be very honest, students are saying the DT paper was moderate to difficult. I refuse to agree with that. I will say that it was somewhere between average to easy. I will say that the descriptive part was easy and the MCQs part were average, and this is what I will say, and this is what, if you ask all of my workout batch students, this is what even they will say. The reason why y'all found DT difficult is because you all did not do enough questions practice. That when it comes to DT, knowing concepts is one thing, but it is not the only thing. Knowing concepts is one thing, but with concepts you do need a solid amount of practice of questions. I'll give you one example. You all know, let's talk about bonus, okay? Let's talk about bonus. You all know that when it comes to bonus, under PGBP, okay, it is a business expense, it is going to be allowed. You do know that, okay, fine, when it comes to bonus, section 43B also will apply in PGBP. But do you know that if this bonus is a percentage of profits, it will always be disallowed? Do you know this? It is there in your study material, but it is not there in any ICAI study material question. But it is there in past examination questions. I'll give you one more example. Post office MIS interest. This is taxable, fully taxable under the IFOS head. Your 3,500 exemption will not apply to this. This is a part of your syllabus. It is there in your study material, but none of your ICAI textbook questions cover this, but this has been asked in your examination multiple times. Then what about children education allowance? What if the assessee's children don't go to school? What would the tax treatment be there? Then what about pen money? What about Stridhan in your clubbing chapter? Then you have interest, royalty, FTS. So I can give you examples, n number of examples like these. Those adjustments which are a part of your syllabus, but you will not find these in any of your illustration questions. You will not find these in any of your ICAI book pack test your knowledge questions. And when these adjustments come in the question paper, that is when students start complaining that, oh, it was a difficult paper. See, I'm not saying that you should not do your study material questions, because come on, the study material is like a Bible. But once you are done with the SN questions, you can't say preparation is over. After that, solid amount of questions practice is required. See, no matter how much conceptual clarity you have, that would have been sufficient only if your examination questions were descriptive questions. But examination questions are practical questions where you have to work out. So with that conceptual clarity, you have to arm yourself with a good amount of questions practice. And mind you, when I say a good amount of questions practice, I am not saying just those questions since your new syllabus started since May 2024. No. Like for example, in our DT workout batch, we work out questions since May 2018. There are totally 408 questions which we do in the DT workout batch. Since May 2018, RTPs, your MTPs and your previous year question papers, everything. Now once you work out this many questions, any question paper if you take now, even if you take the May 2025 question paper, each adjustment would be somewhere or the other covered in these questions. And you know, one more thing what I did over here, since May 2018, if you actually start counting, you will have a good number, some 900, 950 questions you will have. So what I did is, I first eliminated the repetitive questions, because too much of anything is also not good. So I first eliminated the repetitive questions. Then the remaining questions, what I did is, I combined them, like for example, 6 total income questions, I combined them into one total income question. So in these 6 total income questions, there were a lot of repetitions. Like in every 5 out of 10 total income questions, you will find LIC adjustment. So like that, common adjustments I eliminated and I combined questions into one question, and that is how I was able to arrive at this 408 number. So by doing these many questions, now you know exactly what to expect in the question paper, and you know exactly what to do, how exactly to answer those questions. Because when you look at the question paper, you must immediately get a sense of familiarity that yes, I've seen this somewhere, yes, I've seen this somewhere. So the first mistake of students was not doing enough questions practice, just doing the new syllabus questions, just doing, you know, the ICAI study material questions. And you know something very interesting about the DT workout batch? I had started it for the very first time during COVID, during lockdown in 2020 for the November 2020 exams, okay? And since then I've been doing it live online for every exam. So now for September 2025, it will be the 10th time that I will be doing this workout batch. And like always, whenever something is effective, it gets copied, right? And now if you see, everybody out there has their own version of the workout batch, but proudly I'll still say that mine was the first, and that is why I call mine the OG workout batch. It's a nice combination of concept revision. We first revise concepts and then we work out these 408 questions, and then you're nice and ready to handle the exam. So this time for September 25, ensure you get some good amount of questions practice for DT. Okay, and the second mistake is about marathons, because DT marathons, if you see, will only cover concepts. DT marathons will not cover questions. So same thing like what I told you even for law, don't overly rely on marathons. Let marathon be an aid, but marathon cannot replace real learning, cannot replace self-learning. Okay, then this is the biggest problem which students face when it comes to tax exam, that is how to revise the whole of DT and the whole of GST in these 1.5 days. Now in just those 1.5 days, you can't do all these 408 questions again. Also in 1.5 days, if you revise only concepts and go, you will not feel confident, because DT means concepts plus questions. To be honest, this was always, at the back of my mind, that what exactly can I do to make these 1.5 days a little easier for you all. And that is why for the very first time now I have launched a concept book for DT. In just 150 pages, this concept book will cover the whole of your DT along with learnings from questions. It is not just, a repetition or a reproduction of whatever is there in the study material just put in color. It is not that way. It is not just a reproduction of your ICI study material in tabular form. No, I'll show you just a little later that in the concept book what I've done is I've actually focused more on the questions. So whatever are the learnings from the questions, that you will find over there. So when you flip through those 150 pages, you've actually indirectly worked out these 408 questions. So that will take care of your 1.5 days learning. But I'll still say that the material which I've made for DT, it is not going to be suitable for everybody. It will be suitable only if you've done DT with me, either the full course or the workout batch, because I've made the material in the same manner in which I teach. So you might feel a little clueless if you've not done DT with me before. So that is about your 1.5 days. And then now this is something which nobody would have told you, but is a very common thing which I saw not only in the May 25 exam, but even in the attempts before that. See, we are very good at residential status, but in the examination, residential status will get combined with TDS and TCS. We are very good with set-off and clubbing, but in the examination, set-off and clubbing will get combined with assessment procedures. So if you know set-off and clubbing, but you skipped this chapter, that question will become a little, dicey for you. Similarly, if you know residential status very well, but if you have skipped TDS, that whole question will again not be a preferred question for you. So that is why if you are doing residential status properly, do TDS also properly. If you are doing set-off and clubbing properly, do assessment procedures also properly, because these combinations will be there in your question paper. Alright, so do not skip your TDS and TCS chapter, and especially in assessment procedures, some common questions are like, for example, relating to your PAN, then verification, who will verify your income tax return, then when do you have to quote your PAN. These are common questions from here. If you actually sit and study, within 2 hours you can actually finish off this chapter if you study at least the main points. Alright, so these were the main mistakes or the main issues which students face in the May 25 with examination with respect to law and DT. So this is about your very first thing that I wanted to talk about with you all. Now what exactly can I do to help you all with respect to all of these concerns? Let's talk about law first. I'll first erase this whole thing over here. 1 second. Yeah, so when it comes to law, number one, I have the full course for you, but the full course is not required for everybody. full course, to be very honest, is required only for those students who are learning law for the very first time. But if you already have some conceptual clarity, then please don't avail this. It will be a waste of time for you. You will be doing all over again what you already know. The law full course will also include the writing practice also as an add-on. It already automatically includes it whether you opt for it or not. Alright, and the most unique point about my full course is that it's very in-depth, it's very extensive. I can proudly say that my full course is one of the most extensive, has the most extensive coverage ever. Alright, it covers even those small minute details in your study material which are nowadays the new focus of ICAI. And the reason it is such is that I believe in one simple thing, okay, which I followed even when I was preparing for my CA exams, and that was learn once, learn in depth, write the exams and get done. This whole vicious cycle of attempts, I don't want you to go through that. So that is why I've covered every little thing, and with this you're nice and well prepared for the exams. That is about the full course. But however, if you've done mine or anybody else's full course before, then you do not need any other lectures with respect to law. The law book itself will be sufficient. The law book is made from the point of view of self-study. So if you have some knowledge about the concepts, that knowledge plus this law book, alright, whether you've been my student or not, doesn't matter, it will be enough for you to ace the exams. You'll get this book in 3 parts. You'll get a concept book, you'll get a question bank, and you'll get an MCQ book. So the ideal manner to use the law book would be something like this. You will take the concept book first. You'll take one concept. Like for example, let's say in share capital chapter, you've taken the share premium concept, issuing shares at a premium. You will learn that concept from the concept book. Then you will go to the question bank. What I've done in the question bank is that I have not only divided the questions between chapters, but inside a particular chapter I've arranged the questions concept wise. So you will finish the share premium concept from the concept book. You will come to the question bank. In the question bank, in your share capital chapter, you will find the premium heading. Under the premium heading, all the questions you will do. So that way what has happened is you've done the concept, and relating to that concept, you've finished all the questions as well. So you will repeat this for all the concepts in that particular chapter, and then you will come to the MCQ book. So when you come to the MCQ book, indirectly it will automatically become a revision of the entire chapter. So that is about your law book. Then the writing practice can be availed separately as well, alright. And number 4, the last point, I am going to be coming up with a law workout batch as well, wherein same like what I do for DT, alright, I'll be repeating it. It will be the first time where the law workout batch will be launched for the September 25 exams, alright. Wait and watch out for this, because this is going to change the whole preparation for law, especially if you have already done the law full course before and you just need an exam oriented learning. So this was about law. Now, and one more thing before I forget, for law, if you need help with one specific chapter, with one particular chapter, you don't have to get the whole course. You can get just that particular chapter also, which I call as chapter wise lectures. Alright, even that's available. Now when it comes to DT, of course the DT full course is available. Now I will not claim that I will finish the whole of full course in 110 hours, because it is impossible. If you're learning DT for the very first time, you cannot finish DT in 110 hours. The concepts also, good number of questions also, it is impossible. So if you're learning DT for the first time, if you're a first time learner of DT, then my full course is a very extensive coverage, alright. It will go on for around 160 hours, wherein you will have a nice conceptual understanding along with a very good number of questions. See, if DT full course is getting done in 100 or 110 hours, either it is not for first time learners, or concepts are being compromised, or questions are being compromised. Somewhere in these 3 places there is a compromise. So DT full course will be for 160 hours with good conceptual clarity and questions and MCQs, okay. It will also include 40 extra question practice from your RTP and MTPs, even that will be included, the Signi 40 questions, what I call it. Then of course my favorite and everybody's favorite, we have the DT workout batch. Now with respect to DT workout batch, I have 2 options for you. Number 1, if you want to start early, you can avail the May 25 recordings, you can avail it right away. Or if you want to wait and if you want to attend it live with me, then the September 25 batch will be starting right after the results come, alright. So the DT workout batch will be for those students who are not learning DT for the first time. You have some basic understanding. Basically, when I say some basic understanding, I just need you to have understanding of the basic concepts, which is your tax rates, your slab rates, surcharge and all that. You need to have some knowledge in salaries head, some knowledge in PGBP and in capital gains head. Okay, that's all. If other chapters, even if you have absolutely no knowledge, it's okay. I'll take care of it in DT workout batch. But these 4 things, basic concepts, salaries, PGBP and capital gains, some idea at least you must be having over here. If yes, then you're suitable for the DT workout batch. Alright. Then here also, of course, we have the chapter wise, wherein you can avail any specific chapter. And number 4, if you don't have time, to do the DT workout batch, I have a mini version of it where 40 questions alone are going to be worked out. A combination of MCQs, case study based MCQs and descriptive questions. This is what I call as a Signy 40. Alright, so these are your 4 options with respect to law and DT. I'll say one last thing and then I'll go to the next point. The same size does not fit all. I'll repeat again, the same size does not fit all, which means each of you will have your own requirements. And that is why as a faculty, even I have to give you various options so that I can cater to your requirements. So the sequence of steps will be like this. You first have to understand that have you already gained enough knowledge to be able to prepare on your own, or do you need some external help in the form of classes? If you think you need external help in the form of classes, now you have to think that do you need hand holding from basics, or no, I know some basic points, I just need exam oriented preparation. If you think you need hand holding from basics, then full course is the one for you. But if you, however, need exam oriented guidance, then the workout batch is what it would be required for you. See, even the full courses have both concepts and questions. Even the workout batches have both concept revision and questions. But I've told you the difference. The full course will be for those who require from basics, like what is a company, you need help from there, from that basics, then full course. But if you require exam oriented guidance, then workout batch. Don't be under the misconception that workout batches are only questions. No, workout batches are like reverse learning. Through questions you learn concepts. So workout batch will have concept and questions. And one more thing I'll tell you, don't get fooled just by seeing this word workout batch anywhere and everywhere. Check first, ask them first, is it extensive? Ask them first, does it cover questions since May 2018? Ask them how many questions does it cover, and then only register for any course. Okay, so that is about your options available. So I've spoken to you about the first point. I've also spoken to you about the DT concept book. Now just 2 more points I have to talk to you about. One is this YOLO. This is a new thing that I've launched on my website. It stands for your own learning option. Here, you can avail any of my courses, the DT workout batch, the law full course, the DT full course, any of my courses you can avail for just 1,999 for a validity of 30 days. Alright, and over here what I've done is, when it comes to law, I have also included in law full course the writing practice also. When it comes to DT, along with the DT full course, I have also included the Signy 40 questions also. Okay, so you don't have to avail them separately, it's all included only. It will be very extensive, 30 days validity. You should not be taking this if you're doing the course for the first time. This is generally for those students who need help in specific chapters. Alright, so you'll get the whole course. You can watch whatever you want in that 1 month at a very nominal fee. I've kept it. Alright, and then comes this last point about tests. Now, if you're somebody who's been following me since 2019 or 2020, at that time when I had very few students, I remember so well, I used to conduct 12 to 13 tests per paper and correct them on my own. Okay, but now with the increasing number of students, I know I cannot afford to correct so many papers on my own. So at paper correction, at that point, I was getting stuck very often at how I can go about it, because I've been wanting to give you all tests, but I was never able to arrive at a solution with respect to paper correction. And I did not want to get papers corrected through rank holders and through other students, like through CA final students and all, because okay, they've gone through the examination, but they don't know about the paper correction methodology. So that is why I was getting stuck again and again, and this was taking a backseat all these years. But very recently I had a conversation with Tarun Raj sir, and that conversation gave me a solution. And the solution that I've come up with is that for these tests, what I will be doing is giving you the question paper, giving you a detailed answer key, and along with that I'll be giving you a self-evaluation video. wherein I'll be telling you that if this is written, give yourself half a mark. If this is written, give yourself 1 mark. So with that self-evaluation video, you will be able to correct your own tests, and that way even this part will get taken care of this point onwards. So that's it, guys. I wanted to talk to you about these things, and I think I've communicated everything I wanted to say. But please know that there's a lot of content coming up. Now is the time we gear up and start full-fledged preparation for September 25, and you will find me right here on the way with you, holding your hand and guiding you through the way. So ensure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel and join the Telegram channel, because you will find a lot of things coming up over here. You will see me more often this point onwards. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.